Hello Junior 6, how are you? Today we are going to talk about measuring temperature. It's an amazing lesson. How can I measure temperature? The used device to measure temperature is called thermometer. Thermometer. What is a thermometer? Thermometer is a device that is used to measure temperature. Again, thermometer is a device used to measure temperature. Why we can't measure temperature by touching? Touching is not accurate method to measure temperature because touching helps us to know that if the object is hot or cold, but it can't measure temperature accurately. So, what is the main idea of making thermometers? What is the idea? The idea is changing the volume of liquids by changing the temperature. Or I can say changing the volume of mercury by changing the temperature. Liquids expand by heating and contract by cooling. Liquids expand by heating and contract by cooling. Why mercury is preferred in making thermometers? Why? Why mercury? First, mercury is a liquid metal. It can be seen easily. It is silver in color, so I can see it easily. Number two, it's a good conductor of heat. It allows heat to pass through, so it expands. And it is a regular expanding material. Regular expanding material. Number four, it remains liquid between -39 to 357. So it gives a wide range to measure temperature. So mercury is preferred in making thermometers. Why? It's a liquid metal, it's a good conductor of heat, it's regular expanding, it remains liquid from -39 to 357 and gives a wide range to measure temperature. So, what are the types of thermometers? There are two types, the medical thermometer and Celsius thermometer. What is the medical thermometer? Medical thermometer is a thermometer which is used to measure the temperature of human. It is the thermometer which is used to measure the temperature of human. You can say medical thermometer or you can say clinical thermometer. So it is used in what? It is used to measure the temperature of human. What is the structure of the medical thermometer? From outside there is a transparent thick glass tube. From inside there is a capillary tube and it is a very thin tube. Number three, there is a mercury bulb filled with mercury. Mercury bulb filled with mercury. And the number four, there is a constriction inside the capillary tube. Transparent thick glass tube, capillary tube with a constriction, and mercury bulb filled with mercury. Why there is a constriction in the capillary tube? Why? It prevents mercury from returning back quickly to the bulb so that I can read temperature easily. To prevent the mercury from returning back to the mercury bulb so I can read the temperature easily. The range or the scale of the medical thermometer starts from 35 to 42. 35 to 42. And the used liquid is mercury. Now, how can I use the medical thermometer? How can I use it? First, I should sterilize by ethyl alcohol. I should sterilize the thermometer by ethyl alcohol to kill any microbes. Second, I should shake the thermometer well so that mercury returns back to 35. I should shake the thermometer well before using. And number 3, I put the thermometer under my tongue to measure my temperature. If it is 37, that's okay. It is the normal body temperature. But if it is 38, 39, that means that I have a fever, so I should see a doctor. There is another type of medical thermometers, is a digital thermometer which can measure the temperature digitally. You approach it to your forehead or to your ears and it measures the temperature digitally. Each degree in the medical thermometer is divided into 10 parts and each part equals 1/10. Now, let's talk about the second type of thermometers, which is the Celsius thermometer. The Celsius thermometer is the thermometer that is used to measure the temperature of liquids. It is the thermometer which is used to measure the temperature of liquids. So its use is the measuring temperature of. What is the structure of the Celsius thermometer? Like the medical thermometer, it contains a transparent thick glass tube from outside, a capillary tube, which is a very thin tube, which contains the mercury. Number 3 is a mercury bulb, which is filled with mercury. But this type of thermometers has no constriction. This type has no constriction in the capillary tube. So the difference between the Celsius thermometer and the medical thermometer is that the medical one contains a constriction, but the Celsius, no constriction inside capillary tube. So it contains transparency glass tube, capillary tube, and a mercury bulb filled with mercury only, and no constriction. Note, medical thermometer has a constriction, but Celsius thermometer has no constriction. Celsius thermometer has no constriction. What about the scale of the Celsius thermometer? Its scale ranges from 0 to 100. 0 is the melting point of ice, and 100 degrees is the boiling point of water. 0, melting point of ice. 100 is the boiling point of water. Or you can say that 0 is the freezing point of water and 100 is the boiling point of water. So the scale of the Celsius thermometer is from 0 to 100. From 0 to 100. Degree. It is divided into 100 parts from 0 to 100. So each part equals 1 degree. Each part equals 1 degree. The used liquid inside the Celsius thermometer is mercury. The used liquid inside the Celsius thermometer is mercury. Thanks, Junior 6, and have a nice day. Goodbye.